Hello and welcome to episode 32 of the Jumpcast. What is it? I'm just gonna say it like this. I'll be your host today, Nick, and joined with the other two boyos, the two Maxes. And today bleh. Today we are covering chapter 225, um, which was kind of crazy. uh what is it? I'm trying to describe the literal like the first image that popped up, and it's like all the JJK YouTubers watching and analyzing JJK. That's what a majority of this chapter was today.
That's a
I
good way of
loved
thinking
it.
about it.
Thank you. Yeah. They were just, what is it? All of the people that are watching the fight between Gojo and Sukuna, they're literally just spouting out what the community has been saying for over a year about the like clash between Sukuna and Gojo's domain. Um, so yeah, it was fun. I like everyone analyzing it. It's fucking hilarious. I love I love Choso is in on it and nobody else is. He knows what Sukuna can do and everyone's like, wait, what? What the fuck? It's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's great that we see everyone weighing in here. We have basically everybody, and then the I don't speak English, so I don't know if this is the right word to use. Um, I don't know if it's an allegory or a the way that they describe it with the water bottle is really interesting because it um really at least helped me understand exactly what they were talking about in terms of having a domain that's barrierless. Um, and it's also interesting that technically this is something that I might have missed earlier on, but I didn't realize that Megumi's domain being like complete utilize buildings as its barrier, which is interesting. Um, it's this other connotation that I'm curious to see if it ever gets explored on maybe like are barriers an extension of the soul in a way, and they themselves are living beings type of thing. So therefore, they naturally um, latch onto other things for stability. I don't know. This is just an
Yeah.
interesting chapter with that answers questions and once again brings up more.
That's I like that sort of um analysis trees, like when it comes to like domains and stuff. I usually read it as, and it's also because like they explain it with like the description of like it's like painting on thin air. Like what is it? I usually think of like domain expansions as like the sorcerer's like magnum opus. Like it's their like what is it? I know that Da Vinci didn't probably consider the Mona Lisa as magnum opus, but it kind of is recognized by society. Um, so yeah, it's also interesting to think about it with Megami because it could also just be, as you were talking about, like integrated with the soul. Like Megami has a lot of conflicts with himself as a person, so that's why his domain's like incomplete and has issues.
Right. Yeah, he has this. I don't know. It's just this cool thought process of like how trauma manifests itself in the body. It would also make sense that it would manifest itself inside your either innate technique or curse technique or your domain. So,
Yeah, exactly. Higurum is also a really good example.
hmm
Like his
yep,
domain expansion literally is just him doing his job because he loves it.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm trying to go over what else. Sorry.
I'll go. I kind of get. I agree with Max.
Shoot,
I really,
shoot your shot.
really enjoyed the interaction with Kusakabe because I really liked him as a character, Shin Shibuya, and seeing him actually, make more of a difference in the story is kind of cool. And his clarification on, with the water bottle, everything's really nice to hear. Um, where was it? I also love just how everyone's talking, and then it's just Higuruma thinking he's like, I kind of know what they're talking about. Like, because he's only been a sorcerer for like what, a few months at this point. So
Yeah.
he doesn't exactly know. And then just fucking Kashimo. I love seeing Kashimo, and then him like, yeah, dude.
I was gonna
Gojo's
point
like
that out too.
fucked. Like this guy is a god. Which you can see. I love that you can see it. Like looks like the anger on Kashimo that he's not the one fighting Sukuna right now.
Like progressively, it's like, what about Sukuna? He's like a god. He activates his whole curse technique crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see his veins bulging.
Yeah.
I also really love the panel where they talk about it's just like opening a domain expansion without a barrier, and everyone's like, huh, that's impossible, and then like Choso's like, no, it happened before.
Yeah.
You guys are out of the loop.
Yeah. I love how roundabout it is too, just because something else that I've noticed that Gege is really good at utilizing is space, and I think that's something that's really important, especially with someone who's technically writing a like, I guess, action manga. Sorry, I am out of it today. So the establishing it's this concept of, wow, okay, this concept in film where you have to have an establishment of where the characters are first, and then you can play around with the space. Gege does that really well, like that general rule. Especially here, we see that the room is circular, we see that there's a circular ring of TVs, and then we go through the ring of people as if we are the TVs looking at them. And it's cool to see the back and forth with everybody, especially the way the panels are designed. We get the full profile view of everybody that I just love, because we get all these cool, just sick close-ups of everyone just being so stressed out and terrified. It's just awesome. I think also something that I this is just something that I love about manga and anime in general, is this bouncing back and forth between the true art style of the characters being fully personified and there, and then they switch to the chibi version to, like, I guess, execute a joke. I just find that hilarious, and I think it's also just an interesting thing in terms of Japanese culture. It's kind of like a tangential thing, but anyway. Yeah, I guess we should probably move on to the main event. Oh my god, Malevolent Shrine is horrifying.
Well, something I picked on, I don't know if you guys, I mean, I think it's probably like a thing of like Sukuna. So when he activates Malevolent Shrine, he's not standing in the shrine, he's standing on top of it. So I'm thinking maybe that little bit of him being the challenger and getting hit by the first hit kind of left an impact, left an impression on him, and he doesn't want to be caught like that again. So he's Obi-Wan in that shit. He's got the high ground on him, or something. Maybe I'm not exactly sure, but that's kind of my thought. Thing that I noticed with it. Also, just how beautifully Malevolent Shrine is drawn. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Sorry, I just love that the background is Infinite Void. The thing that I just come back to when I look at this panel as well is like, I can't wait for this to be animated, because I'd love to see what it looks like
That's gonna
with
be
all the
insane.
chaos inside. This is like our proper domain clash. We've never seen one before. So, and it's so funny that this is the first proper one that we see with like the two strongest domains.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very fun. And also, what is it? The art and the detail goes crazy. The mouths and the teeth at the openings of the shrine is like messing with me so much. It looks so weird.
Well, then that also brings me to something like the mouths open. I could be reaching here with this, but what if there's more to the domain after, if you go in those mouths or something?
Oh, I think you're. Sorry, you're right, Max, for sure. There has to be more to this, because we've only seen the technique activate a couple of times.
Because
That was something that I immediately thought.
maybe this
I
is
mean,
how if it does end up going down the route of Sukuna, he has all these, you know, the fire technique and whatnot. He has all these techniques because his technique is the opposite of Angel's. He takes the technique and uses them himself. Maybe this is the process of doing it. Like one of those mouths or something with his domain has to consume someone, or maybe like Yuta, where consumes part of someone. And that's
yeah,
how he gets their technique.
I definitely think it's something like that. Well, what is it? The shrine, I think, what is it? Malevolent Shrine is always like akin to like this slicing and exorcism, but I think that there is like that third special bonus rule of that if he eats something, like what is it? Here's my best way to explain it. The Malevolent Shrine is the black box. So when he
Oh,
says black box open, then that's why he could like pull out that fire technique, and then Jogo was like, wait, what the fuck?
Ah.
So I think that that's kind of the whole point of it as well. Um, there's just like always the bonus thing that Sukuna's just like, oh yeah, I can also take people's techniques.
That's interesting
I'd
to
love to
think
see if we
about.
get like I'm not the biggest fan of like the villain explaining their ability or whatever, but in Jujutsu Kaisen, it makes sense for it to happen because, you know, they mention it that when you explain your technique to someone, you get an amp, you get a little power amp. So maybe we'll see after, you know, Gojo, after he got his neck sliced, if Gojo can come back from that. Maybe Sukuna will give a little explanation or something on it to just
Yeah,
kind of give
probably
him that
will.
little bit more of an edge.
Yeah. Um, that that also brings on the really big question of do we think that Gojo's dead after this?
No, no, no.
No.
Don't say
You're
things like that.
well, I'm asking a genuine question.
Uh,
Um, because like the bro's head got chopped off.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't. He's just got a little. He just got a little cut. That's all.
You know, I would like to think Gojo's not dead. Nick,
Me
I had talked to
too.
you earlier this week about it. I think we could get a pretty similar fight to the Toji fight. Of he takes this hit and he bounces back from it. Pretty good, and you know, is able to go not I don't know, unlock another thing, amp up Purple Hollow. Maybe just straight up, it'd be really cool if after this, getting that hit brings him closer and closer to the core of Jujutsu energy, and he can just make his domain a barrierless domain, and then that would be an amazing clash to see, I think.
I can definitely see, well, what is it? I'm personally in the boat that I don't think that he'll get another awakening from it, but I could see him surviving. Um, and also then afterwards pulling out a barrierless domain. I can agree with that. Um, just because Gojo is that sort of ballsy character, like what is it? Even his old classmate, I forgot, the nurse. She
Shoko.
even points it out. Yeah, Shoko. She just points out like the dude's crazy and he's stupid, so he'll be willing to do anything. Um, so yeah, I think that there's a chance, but there's also a really good opportunity that he actually is dead. Um, because Gege, he wrote such a good character, but with the flaw of, oh hey, he's literally the strongest. How do I change this up? Um, like how do I what is it? Make it so that my other cast has to actually do shit now. So I could very well see that also happening where it's just like he's dead and then Yuta, Hikari, Maki, everyone has to jump in.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I was trying to think of the term earlier. Sorry, but like, there's the term I was trying to think of to describe us seeing Sukuna's domain in divine. They used it. I know they called it like it was like a divine domain or divine technique or whatever. That I was trying to think of how they described it. Sorry, that's something from earlier. I was trying to think about.
No, you're all good.
Um, but it'd be really cool. You know, you know, I would hate to see Gojo die. But it'd be really cool to see him die, and you know, Yuji's coming up. I would love to see Yuji and Kashimo, like them double team Sukuna. I think that would be a really fun fight. I would love to see, you know, Hikari, Maki, and Yuta go against Sukuna, but I feel like their story is more leaning towards going after Kenjaku. I don't know if that means we just get everyone going against Sukuna, but I feel like just a double team on Sukuna would be really fun to see. Because honestly, I know they haven't really interacted, but I feel like Kashimo and Yuta could kind of complement each other in a fight.
Oh yeah.
They're both pretty. I mean, they both have pretty melee-oriented fighting styles, so I think they could keep the pressure on Sukuna to not let him bring something out. But no, it could be pretty cool, and we actually get to see Kashima's technique finally, which is what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, I can also agree with. I think that if Gojo is dead, or like maybe he's incapacitated, like of course there'd be some whack ass shit where it's just like, okay, we need to get his body back to Shoko, just put a band-aid on it. I definitely could see Kashimo just trying to throw his hat in and just be like, all right, I'm gonna win. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we could cover. I love the fact that he broke out of the barrier as well and started attacking it from the outside. I love that's how it was explained, because I was thinking like, how would that work in the first place? Would the domain just never happen, or what would happen in that sort of situation? So I love seeing that.
Yeah, we're seeing, like you said earlier, we're seeing all of the theories that fans have had for a while play out. And this manga's always got me on my toes, and I want to know what happens next now, and it's frustrating. But like we said in previous podcasts, it's good that it does that.
It's good. This is what you want from a manga, especially a weekly series that's keeping you kind of guessing what's gonna happen next. Like, who knows? Maybe next week, Gojo, that cut did nothing, and he just purple hollows him again and kills Sukuna. You never know what could happen. Maybe
That'd be
Gojo's
really hilarious.
It would be so anticlimactic, but it would be such a Gojo move to end the fight, just like, oh, let me take this little hit, purple hollow, bye. Like that sort of thing. It would be
hilarious.
It'd be hilarious to see. I don't want to see it, but it like we said, it could be really fun to see. I would love to see this fight keep going. I would like. I hope it looks on the thing. I don't know if it does not look like Gojo to me got decapitated. I saw some people like being like, oh, did he just get his head chopped off? I don't know. It kind of looks just like along his neck, which I'm hoping it is, that he can still fight. Maybe.
It does kind of look like it's around his neck though, because there's a second blood spatter that's like behind.
That's
his
the
neck.
worrying part for me, because I saw the leaks. That was what everyone was freaking out about. I saw on Twitter, like, oh my gosh, his head got chopped off. Like, hopefully no, please no.
I think it's either the case of it got chopped off, or there's gonna be a really good freaking explanation where it's just like, oh, because like Yuji took the cleave and dismantle, like, and I know that like he was being nerfed as well. Sukuna was being nerfed, but like he could take it and still come out okay. I have a feeling for some stupid reason the next chapter in the first page is just going to be like, right before Gojo's neck got slashed, he reinforced his spine with cursed energy and took the hit, and then just like the next thing is just seeing it heal up, and then just like say like the fight's still going.
Well, because my thing is also 5-6 years ago when this manga came out, Yuji did ask the question, if Sukuna regained all of his fingers, like, would you have any trouble? He's like, oh, he might give me a little trouble. It's like, what, do you lose? And he said no. And he was confident about it. So I would love to see that confidence. It somewhat looks like it got broken, but I want to see it keep going. And him being like, just shrug it off. And I want to see them just batter each other with their techniques, like not fisticuffs and domain clash. Domain clashes are cool. This is really cool to see. Like we said, this is like the first real one we've seen, and not like the fisticuffs like their past few fights, their past chapter. I want to see them just throw everything they have at each other. It'd be so cool. I don't know how else to add on to it. It'd just be so cool to see.
Well, that's what I also want to see. I want to see this fight last longer. And this, I'm gonna tie this back a little bit to what you said with quoting that, just like, would you lose? Like, no. Like, it'd be a little tough of a fight, but I could do it. The Gege likes to do this thing that when people get too confident about their situation, they usually end up dead. And the best example that I could give to you is Yuki Sakumo, because in those last few moments of her fighting and like punching the shit out of Kenjaku, she's just like, I'm gonna win, and then she gets split in half like 2 seconds later. People that have that braggadocious overconfidence with themselves, it could end up biting them in the butt. It also happened with what is it? Crap. The person that took over Sumiki, Yorozu. Yorozu also had that confidence with her domain expansion. And the same thing with like Naoya, where they're just like, yes, I won. I pulled off my domain, and it's like, no, you didn't win. That didn't happen. So I'm very curious to see if that actually plays out with Gojo or not. So yeah.
Man, I'm just excited.
This chapter is honestly just kind of just left me at a loss for words. Just, you know, no one expected that, and not even the cast expected it to, which is insane. Because I doubt it, but maybe this whole time also Sukuna, it could be, I think it'd be, I don't want him to go directly down the route, but like I would love if like Sukuna was looking for an equal to fight, like that. Not, I know he's like that's what his whole goal, and that's why all this stuff he's been looking for an equal. Like Max, you know, it's kind of like the Aizen situation, like when Ichigo's like, maybe this whole time he was just looking for someone that was on par with him,
right?
Type deal. But maybe Sukuna, like, because he's so strong, maybe he's gonna fight Gojo and kill Gojo or whatever. But maybe he was just looking for someone that he could relate to. He's like, hey, I've been put on this pedestal, and I feel like no one else around me feels like they're worthy to speak to me. Type deal. He's like, I just want someone. I doubt it. I doubt Sukuna's like that, but it could be kind of fun if that's what he was looking for.
That would be interesting, because we haven't really been exposed to what Sukuna really wants, have we?
Well, what is it? He
said like eat babies or
carnage.
something. Yeah, he said he wanted to eat babies in the first chapter.
Yeah,
so
his goal from the beginning, you could kind of just tell, is like, hey, I just want to destroy and kill and be at the top of my game. He doesn't even care about killing other sorcerers. We know that because he probably could have killed, like, once he got done with Yorozu, he probably could have taken care of everyone else, but that's like small fry crap to him. It's just like, okay, these people understand what I can do. I don't really care about them. I just love destroying villages and setting what is it? Being the king of curses. He loves having free will and doing whatever he wants. That's why he also has like such a big vendetta against Yuji, because he's like the one person that's just like that kept him under control and under wraps. But I would like to see, it is just kind of giving him a backstory. I would like to see Sukuna's backstory as well. I want to see, because there's just it's been hinted at from Gege and like I think the official guide, where it's just like he was a sorcerer that turned into a cursed spirit, so he died like a horrible death with without like being executed properly, and then like birthed the King of Curses.
Because I mean,
Oh my God,
you've
a
seen.
theory just popped into my head.
Oh, go for
Sorry.
it.
I just think that what happened is that he died, and in that peak, like right before death occurred, he saw the core of curse energy. And so then after that, he kind of, it's the whole like Gojo situation, but instead of coming back with reverse curse energy, he just turned into a curse spirit. So yeah, that's all. Sorry.
Another thing to branch off of that. Maybe that's something that could be used by, oh crap, I'm forgetting everyone's names. Man, Big Bad. Why am I forgetting?
Kenjaku?
Jaku.
Kenjaku. That's something that Kenjaku maybe could try and use, like to fuse. Oh wait, but it already kind of. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Never
we
mind.
still have no clue what the hell Kenjaku's doing.
I would love if
Yeah,
he's
like-
just sitting on a building, just watching this. Or, hear me out, Kenjaku, they don't fight him. He just comes into the room where our entire cast is and just wants to watch with them. And he's
That'd
like,
be interesting.
he's like, let's just like everyone's on edge, but he's like, hey, let's just watch this and then you can try and kill me. How about that? Like, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that'd be interesting. I think it's either that or the second that the barrier breaks from the coin game, it's the monstrous depiction that was put up when he was talking to Choso. Of just like he was able to fuse everyone in Japan with curse energy and then just like created that horrible amalgamation.
Oh, the thing we saw where he's like, oh, it's like a kid with candy, like taking. He's like, just yeah, okay, that would be cool if that the founding.
Because I feel like that's the type of crap he's on. He's the mad scientist sort of dude.
Mhm.
Either that or he's just alone, like in that same situation, playing on his like little video game, or like he's just watching the whole fight on the CRT on the bridge, and he's just like, oh.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Kenjaku's the sort of person that just doesn't have friends.
Yeah.
And it was depicted so well in that scene of just him sitting on the bridge playing that video game. He's just like nobody wants to hang out with him. Everyone hates him. He's lonely.
Bro just wants some friends.
That'd be so funny if that was his whole goal, was to just find a truly good friend, and then he ends up just creating a monstrosity.
I was about to say that. That'd be really depressing and also kind of a lame motivation in my opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be very good, and I don't think that's it. He's just like a, what is it? I'm trying to find the right psychological term. He doesn't care about anyone.
Yeah.
He kind of just hates. Big old hater.
He just he... Ah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just this tortured soul. You don't understand.
I can fix him.
No, don't, no. But yeah,
Um,
I think there's so many ways this fight could go, and just the story could go from here. But again, like we say every week, it's just we gotta wait a week. We gotta see what the leaks say this week. We gotta see what
Yeah.
we think on next Sunday, and kind of just go from there. Just being like, what's the plan? What's the 411? What are we doing?
Yeah,
What do we got?
I agree. I think that the fight's definitely not over.
Oh yeah.
And if we're wrong, that will be hilarious because that's gonna be incredible just to see that this fight ended so quickly. But I don't think that the fight's over. I think that the fight's gonna last until the end of the series. That's it.
Oh, okay. Also, dude, if the fight ends here, imagine this. Gojo's head falls off, and Sukuna just goes like, what? Come on, wait. What? Like, he's just like,
That's all you got?
he's just like in utter disbelief. He's just like, are you kidding me? Like,
I think it'd be even funnier if he just went like, that worked, and he's just like he goes down on his knees like, holy shit, that worked.
Holy shit. I was so
I was
fucked there.
betting on that.
Holy
I was
shit.
betting on that.
Gets that like blue lock, like victory celebration. He's like, yeah.
Yes.
Like type deal would be very fun to see. Like, yeah, we've seen Sukuna like somewhat joke around before, but like a confused Sukuna in like utter
Yeah.
disbelief would be hilarious to see here.
I think that would be great. What is it? Drees, what do you think?
Oh man, I don't know. I just can't think hard enough to be able to come up with something that I think would make sense. Like, I gotta wait,
Okay.
because I can't, my brain doesn't want to perceive things. I don't want Gojo to die!
We know which team you're rooting for, hardcore.
Man. Sukuna's really he is sick though. Like, he is one of my favorite villains, I think, just in general.
Oh, he's a very fun villain.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I love those simple villains where, like, I guess now that you guys have explained it to me, and now I understand what his motivations are. That simple concept of he just wants to kill people, I think. I don't know. It's easy to understand, easy to perceive. It's cool that his threat level is high, and yeah, I'm just curious to see what ends up happening. Man, I want it. I want it to be the 18th right now, really bad.
Me too. I really just want to see what happens next.
I think that's a perfect
This-
play. Yeah, to end it off though.
What is it?
We're just
Yeah.
rambling on.
We're dumbfounded by this chapter.
We are the Jujutsu Kaisen cast right now. Just
Yeah,
Kusakabe,
exactly.
Mei. Oh, like I'm Kusakabe. Nick, you can be Mei, and Max, you're Yuji. And that panel on 16 and 17. That's us right now. We're like, bro, what?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? What?
Whoa.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, sweet. Well, thank you so much for listening to episode 32, I believe. I always forgot.
Yes.
But 32
Yes.
of the Jumpcast. We really appreciate everyone that joins us each week for this. And again, always tweet at us, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what your thoughts are on the chapter and what you think. We'd love to hear feedback. But yeah, thank you so much. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.